a nice program for you. We're going to have some calypsonians that we've said the last 3 weeks. We're going to be starting with some calypsos. We're going to have King Dice and King Bob. We'll be releasing their song. We expect to have JD as well, maybe Lady S. And after that, we're going to be having a conversation with Mr. Reginald St. Havis Shillingford. He was 90 years yesterday. As we speak, there's a function that has started for him at 6 o'clock. When I leave here at 8, I'll be joining them. But we're going to have a conversation with Reginald St. Havis Shillingford, a man who was a commentator, a coach, played football as well. It was in goal for Blackburn, they say, years ago. So we're going to have a nice conversation with St. H. And after we're going to have the Calypsonians for about half an hour, release their songs. So we're going to have a good evening because it's carnival time. And one thing I want to mention, I was at court all day today, and we expect people, the judge is going to make a ruling tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So we expect a lot of people to come around the court, give support. People, your prayers tonight. Everybody pray. I was at the court. I feel confident after what I heard from the lawyers. And it's important that people come tomorrow and give support, be by the courthouse, the high court for 9 o'clock. I will be there. I'll be upstairs, right, in the courthouse itself. And Dr. Fontaine, I am sure, without going into detail, you felt comfortable after what you heard today.
Well, all I can say is I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and we are hopeful. I want to say special thanks to the lawyers. They did exceptionally well. My lawyer, Dr. Geoffrey Leighton, Gildon Riches, a lawyer for Mr. Linton, and Dave Bruni, the lawyer for Mr. James. So we are very hopeful and optimistic. It's been 18 long years. That feels like a sentence in itself.
It is.
It feels,
it's stressful going for that. I mean,
and the expense that goes exactly. that has gone with it. You have to pay lawyers. For me, having to pay this money is coming up and down, and it's been a long way. It's been a long road, and we're hopeful that justice will prevail.
Yes, and I sat there for a few hours today, just listening to the lawyers speak, and they made a compelling case, and I mean, I know the judge. I know him a long time. As you saw, he gave me a hug at the end because we know each other a long time. Okay. Colin Williams, he wrote for the Searchlight when I played for Dominica. He was a reporter in those days, so that's why at the court after the court, the case was adjourned. We had a nice little hug, and we promised to exchange some numbers. But I didn't want to get involved in talking about case and things. But I mean, law is law. He has to go according to the law. There's no friendship in that, although over the years, a lot of nonsense has gone on with judges. But as we say tomorrow, expect people to come by the court, give all the support. And when I say people, I don't want to see 50 people there or 60 people. We want to see 100. Come and give support. Because this is an important thing tomorrow. Tomorrow is an important day, a very important day. According to the judge ruling, it will decide whether the case is wiped out or it goes to trial. So it's important that people get to the court tomorrow. Yes? And Dr. Fontaine, we saw Afghanistan against England. We saw oh, man.
What a game.
What a game. And tomorrow they play Australia.
Wow.
Tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock, Afghanistan.
Yes.
So
they effectively knocked England out of the competition.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that guy played
phenomenal.
Ibrahim
for this century, 177.
The high score ever
in a
Champions Trophy. He was brilliant.
Is that the high? No, but things got 201. What's his name? From Australia when they defeated.
No, that was in the World Cup.
In the World Cup.
Well, the World Cup, this is a different tournament. This is the Champions Trophy. Maxwell, you're talking about.
Maxwell. But how much did Maxwell score?
He scored a double in the World Cup last year.
No, but how much did he score against England?
This year?
They played England before.
Mm-hmm.
They just
beat England, yeah.
Right.
He only made 50 yards. No.
But Maxwell rescued
Swing made 100. What's his name? Josh English.
Josh English.
Yeah, Josh English made 100.
I thought it was Maxwell. Okay.
No. In fact, ironically, Josh English was born in England. He's an Englishman who left England at the age of 15 and moved to Australia. But he's an Englishman. He who made that 100, and Maxwell made a quick fire 50 yard. Yeah, and both of the top batsmen didn't make too many runs, The top guy.
That's right. That's right.
Well, as we speak, we see the big man himself, the boss, as they call him, the boss, King Dennis Joseph, King Dice.
Dice,
He's
yes.
right here.
Right, live and direct.
Live and direct in studio.
Yes.
Ronald Landa just joined us as well. He looks very debonair, I must admit. Out here, Ronald Landa. So we're not going to waste too much time, because we're moving the time. And Dr. Fountain, let's have the song of. By the way, good night. Let me welcome you, my brother.
Yeah, good night. Good night, Papa. Big up, big up.
Everything
Good
all
night
right
to
with you? You happy?
Yeah, everything good. A busy day,
You
up
right?
and down. I didn't really get ready. Pause yet.
Okay, all
You
right.
know, everything, that's the vibes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to play this song so everybody can hear. Let's start with King Dice's song right away.
Good night, my people of the time to overturn the carpet. We've been dying of West Baby. Now we are forced to speak. The Chinese or new masters. We have to discuss these matters. We been silent in the darkness, yeah. Just hoping for the best. But things are changing much too quick. And I'm there dying to see. So speak out, my brothers. Time to stand up and speak. Oh. Speak before the age becomes the next catastrophe. Speak out, my sisters, if like me you're disturbed by this. Whoa. Speak now or forever hold thy peace. Yeah. Speak now or forever hold thy peace. Da da da. Our government, they govern. It's so sad that they on. We accepted corruption. Who owns our stadium? I'm afraid to ask the question. Are we better now than back then? In these times of much more money, we see more poverty. Billions of dollars lost with a leader we can trust. So speak out, my brothers. Time to stand up and speak. Speak before the age becomes the next catastrophe. Oh, speak out, my sisters, if like me you're disturbed by this. Whoa. Speak now or forever hold thy peace. Yeah. Speak now or forever hold thy peace.
Dicey, this song, and I like it. Speak now or forever hold thy peace. Yeah, because a lot of people in Dominica don't want to speak. And then you're telling them in song that they must speak.
Well, in situations like this, if you don't speak, whatever happens.
Yes. Are you comfortable
So,
with that song?
Yeah, man.
comfortable.
But this is my type of thing. Speak now.
Right. I hear you all the time, and you feel confident that you're the king. I mean, unless somebody dethrones you, you're the king. You feel comfortable now.
Well, I don't say that no more because.
Well, I would say you go into that.
Not that, what I'm thinking, what I'm going to say right now.
Right.
I don't usually say it again because that's not the case.
Right.
When it comes to the Georgian criteria and vibes in Calypso, they usually say it take you cannot come on the night and be like the king to beat you have to beat the king. It's like you have to come better than the king.
Right.
So you cannot compare, like if there's a war and the king already is on the throne and you compound power with the king, then the king stays on the throne,
Yes.
But when you come, you beat him, then you deserve to be there.
To be there.
So,
Okay, all right. Guys, I'm curious because
I don't say that again because he doesn't check that.
Doesn't check. Yeah, which brings me to my question, guys. Last year was a big deal because it was about the 10, making 10. No, the question I'm going to ask you is how different is the feeling this year from last year in terms of the expectations upon you and what your fans expecting and so on?
I have to be honest, where my fans is concerned, fans will always be fans, But where the middle section is concerned, when people not who betting and who doing the thing and wondering, the good songs. When you have a fan, even though you have a bad thing. Sometimes they say, you know what, even though this year we're not that, but we stick to you. But the others. Honestly, I believe in the years past, I've been the, maybe people would see me as the underdog, trying to gain that. And, you always give support to the underdog sometimes. Sometimes, and I see myself as the big dog. And they see that too. So it's who you have to come up with is. So sometimes you find yourself in this journey right there, because everybody has human nature. Some of them, even though you're good sometimes, even though it's just a human nature to just switch sometimes, and not switch in the way, but just, you have a guy that said that, why I do like Dicey? Because he's too good, man. You see? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So even God have haters. Even God sometimes people.
You're right.
People say God don't work it well enough. They have tried something else.
People just say God taking too long. Like in Dominican, because of this situation where people say, "Boy, if I take it too long, you hear that?
They're right
you
too.
hear
Because if you understand that God is in you, then you would act.
Yeah.
But,
hear comments
but
like
if you're
that.
waiting for God in the sky and the clouds to come down and help you, then you will rotten.
You wanted to ask Dice,
Yeah.
you watching him here. Hold on, I think somebody already on the line. Yeah, that's all. Good evening.
Good evening to everybody.
Yes, good evening, lady.
We know that wise men come from the east.
Yes.
Dicey!
Hey.
Wait, I'm there.
Yeah, I know you're there. You're always there. That's the difference. You see the fun thing I'm talking about? That's it right there. But
Well, that's one of your ladies,
Yes, that's Mama.
Buffett State here. Another caller. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, everybody on that panel.
Hello, how are you, lady?
Dicey.
Hello.
That's my king.
I know that. That's a lot of people king, anyhow. Yeah.
I love this song. It's a good tune. No, I'm not biased. It's a good tune.
Right.
No, the competition, no looking tight. When I say tight, you have some good songs there. Okay? But when Dicey go on that stage, Sivo, it's something else.
Well, that's the difference between him and others.
That is the difference. It's something else when he perform on that stage. So I still have as I say, I'm not biased. I have my Dicey there. Dicey, just rest your voice, and we know you can deliver. You can deliver. And I just think for that night, I think presentation will be top def. Somebody will edge out somebody then presentation. And I feel it's Dicey. Dicey, hang on, there is when you see Dicey, as I say already, the only person to beat Dicey is Dicey.
I do that already. I do that again.
Yeah.
God has given Dicey
a special gift, special skill, special
whether
gift.
we like him or not. Sibo, that's the only Calypsonian when he starts to sing, everybody's attention.
That is true.
See, when you're in a bar, you have to run and leave the drink,
Yeah.
When you see the others, you're singing and you're walking around, but when you see Dice start to sing, it keeps your attention, and that's the difference.
All right.
Thank you.
All
the lights are going. All the lights. Good evening.
King is in the house.
We are very good. That's your lady again. Good night. How are you?
Good night.
I'm doing fine. I see you there.
Yeah, I dare, you know. I dare.
Yeah, blue, orange. Yeah, you know.
Blue. What you mean?
Wherever you go, blue, don't follow.
Well, but that's it.
From thy kingdom come, blue will be there. But I need your trouble in me. I wasn't by court today because of my knee. But I tried to rest it for Saturday night. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't be there today. I did every occasion, but today I wasn't there.
Okay.
All right, we understand.
Well, tomorrow, see if you can come with that many people as possible can come.
If I can get a right to bring it downtown, I will come.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bless you. Then I'll be praying.
You're right. Do that. Do that. Pray.
Excellent.
Thank you. More callers. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Hey, how are you, man? Haven't heard you for a while.
Yeah, man. There's sometimes I try to come in, but it does be hard to connect sometimes. But I don't know, with the king there, maybe that does give me the power to connect. Because you see the thing about the king, he have an arrow that's deadly. Because you know nothing cannot kill the vampire except that arrow. But I want to let the king know, when you're sitting on that throne, sometimes you have to guard the throne. Because a lot of people going in for that throne. You know what I mean? Because I say that Sibo because of Checo. If Checo come good, the king have to make sure all his guard up. So nobody cannot penetrate, because anytime he sleep, somebody could always penetrate. So I was telling him, keep the arrow well sharp and ready to fire the arrow at any time. Thank you, Sibo. Listening.
Thanks. More callers. Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone and all. A special good evening to Dicey, my brother.
Yes, smiling, my good.
Yeah, man. Since the time of Tarzan, I with you, my brother. And no weapon that come against you shall not prosper. After 16 years, I'm not drinking. When you see you get that crown, boy, I'm going to be...
So, Marlon, what are you going to be drinking? What will be your drink on that night? What are you going to drink?
My drink
will be what?
BB rum.
I like a Guinness and ginger wine, a blend.
Oh, a blend. Okay, Marlon. But Marlon, you might get high. You might get high.
Yeah, man. I jump on Dicey, boy.
Well.
Yeah, man, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Marlene.
My brother, and don't worry them. I pray for you. My mother put me to pray and pray for you. No weapon that form against you, my brother. Have in the house now?
No, Papa will be there tomorrow. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Yeah.
And that is for you. Boom, my daddy. Keep up. Your son, boy, as the lady said, and nothing, boy, I shiver in. Madam, be fed up with me, boy. When you start talking about you, take care. Keep up.
Thank you, Marlon. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Marlon.
Keep up.
Yeah.
Silencing clothes, and I just leave that and put flesh on me, boy, and I come and check my boy Dicey.
Yes, sir.
Dicey, I love you, Sibo.
All right, Marlon. Thank you. Right, more callers.
She forget her up tonight.
Yeah, she don't want to disclose what she and Don Ronald be doing. Good evening. Yes, good evening.
Good evening to everybody in the studio.
Good evening to you as well.
My name is Magdalene Seaman. Guys know me very well. When the first time guys sang Tarzan, and they did not give him the crown, he has been my king. Win, lose or draw, Dicey.
Yes, I.
With God, all things are possible. Just focus and do what you have to do. What is yours is yours. God is in control.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, more callers again. Dicey, everybody calling for you. Good evening. Good evening. Hello? We're not hearing you, sir. Speak a little louder, please.
Hi, caller.
Hello. Stop listening to the radio. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hey, Sibo.
Yes.
Well, boy, I tell guys they have a lady that stand up straight on stage and giving a number one. You check, and that, she doesn't make no use of the stage, but she coming up number one. Can you imagine that in Calypso? Yeah? The woman stand up straight on the stage like a straight jacket. And then you're telling me that person coming up number one. And she has size and she cannot even whine or shake. Come on, man, Sibo. That person can never touch that.
Okay, we hear you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right,
More
all right.
callers,
Well,
more
well,
callers.
well.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello?
Good night to you and good night to King Dice.
Yes. Good night, man.
You in studio.
Yes.
People have a problem.
What's the problem?
The problem is I want a passport to buy. I want a passport. You know anybody that's selling passport?
Well, you'll have to ask Denison Dice Joseph.
I said in
aka
mine.
Dice.
I said in mind because of the circumstances. Well, you have to do what you have to do.
Let me tell you, the passport has to be a diplomatic passport, not the ordinary passport I want.
I don't know which one you have, but what you have is what you can sell. But do the police hold you.
Success in all your endeavors, my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, as you say, but before the next caller, we know what Dice said about all your bank account Kool-Aid.
Yeah. But it's true.
And your bank, if you're not selling passport, your bank account. Next caller, good evening.
Good evening, Steve.
Yes, good evening.
11-time king, that's my king.
Okay.
That's my king, 11-time Dicey.
Yes,
Must come in the house.
That's
We love you.
Okay,
We
we are.
love you. I'll be there full swing supporting you.
Yes.
I know you will not disappoint me 11 times. You know why he had to make 11 times, Sibo?
Tell
He
me.
buried his father on the 11th of October.
Yeah.
So he has to be the 11th king.
All right.
I wanted to choose number one, but he get number 3.
Number 3 is a
Don't
good
worry about
number.
the
It's a good number. Bob has number 1, I
It's
think.
a good number, but he will.
Hazel and they're listening to you, know.
Hazel, Bob has just come in here. You
All
know.
what you say there, you tell me that already.
For you.
But he's a mass camper. She loves all of
You.
us.
All right. Yeah.
You know, Bob is a little jealousy fella. But,
Next caller. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I'm calling in relation to what one of the previous callers said about this woman that cannot whine or anything. She's just standing on the stage. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask him if he really know what Calypso is and how much points do they get for whining on stage. If he knows Calypso and he follows Calypso,
no, man, don't take it. Don't talk it too deep.
You know.
strong in Trinidad,
Uh-huh.
standing on stage, if a doctor's suit, if his hand in his pocket when he sang Kaiso sick in the hospital, and he won the crown with that.
Yeah, because his topic was Calypso sick in the hospital. He maybe had to stand straight.
So I
But when Marshall
you don't
Montano,
have to be whining up and down and jumping and make a
yeah, I know what you're saying. But if Marshall Montano was standing up straight on stage, he would never be the superstar that he is. You know, from a little boy, they say he can't whine and all them things. The man was always a performer on the stage, man. So the guy, don't take it too personally, man.
Thank you, caller. You know, next caller, good evening.
Good evening to you all. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Dicey, that's my son. Trust me.
Okay.
I'm praying for you.
Okay.
Dicey, do you know that was supposed to be your 12th crown? Maybe people don't know that and people not listening. But I know they have seen you twice. I wouldn't expose them, especially singing stars.
Wow.
I know they do what they do, but once you're gifted, and nobody can take that gift away from you. They can do what they want.
Thank you. What
But
will do,
we are
Thompson?
here with you.
That's
Don't worry.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you, my little.
Bob has his second song. He just joined us. Good night, Darren. Darren, good night. Good night.
So we're going to transition.
Yeah,
to
we're going
Bob.
to with us
Take
here.
it
And
from
people
second
can still
song. Yes.
talk about Dice for both of them. So let's hear Darren. Good night.
Just dissing the guys.
No. So we're going to hear Darren had just joined us. So we're going to hear Darren Bob's second song now. Let's hear it now.
If you say you love. World premiere. first time ever.
That song, right? Right.
Right
On
there,
Sports
the big
Rap.
station.
We're proud of that. Let's hear it now.
They used to sing great songs of how much they love in that form. But it's only when their party is in opposition. It's only then they don't strap on their guns. But when their party in power, corruption not bad no more. That is why I strap on my guns to ask them these questions. If you say you love, if you say you love, what happened to your love for Calypso country? If you say you love, if you say you love, was your love for just that gift position or money? You must love Calypso like Bob Dice and Checo. Blows the other side, but blows your government more. Do a challenging Caressa, Hunter and Scrunter.
Wow.
Strap on your guns, the enemy more than ever before. More than ever before. Cause if you say you love, and it's not true, one day your life will catch up with you. Some Dominican politicians belong in Hollywood. When it comes to acting, but I tell you, them fellas good. I saw one on TV shedding crocodile tears, saying how much he so loved Dominica. But if politics was not a way to get rich quick, none of them schemers would ever get involved in it. If you say you love, if you say you love the country, if you say you love.
Daryl, listen to the song, the music. I know you're a music man yourself.
I want Thompson to finish that verse.
You want to hear that?
Thompson especially.
Oh, Thompson, okay, let's do.
Yeah. Position, but they holding on.
They come in to cut every day. If you love the country, give us electoral reform. You said you want it. You say you love, and it's not true.
Well, it's interesting you would say that. We were I was in court all day today. I sat inside the court. In fact, Dice was trying to get me all day today, and I couldn't answer the phone.
They challenge you too now?
No, I was in court. Remember, I stood bail for Mr. James.
Okay.
So the people who, the shorties have to be in court.
Right.
It's interesting that you would make mention now about that. And I said earlier, I hope a lot of people, you guys going to be busy. Come by the court tomorrow and give support. But going back to that song, I listened to the guitar work in that. You would have made a big input in the music section.
Yeah.
You're a musician yourself, right?
Yeah. All my music, You must say the guitar.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
I know you have a skill, man.
But the important thing, I share it with all my friends.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys, both of you guys comfortable for Saturday night?
Boy, let me tell you, there's one thing I want to stand with you on is I'm really feeling it now. You see this litness? That's not working.
Okay.
It's not releasing the song,
Right.
It's just working too late, starting to work for the season too late. That is very stressful because tears alone I can't bring forward for you. It's really tough, Sibo. Because you talk about we have to learn a song.
Right.
You have to learn this song whilst you're preparing your presentation, whilst you're trying to get sleep to save your voice. You have to practice, go up in the cold by swinging stars up there and spend hours. And to jam pack all of that in like 3 weeks, boss. That's not humanly, it's not humane. You know, so that's something I will be crying really hard about after the season. Yeah, we have to work earlier than that.
But you know, Daryl, and you guys, both of you, you're an executive member. Calypso now is being challenged, and I'm sure you hear all sorts of activities going on. In fact, look at what has happened to Mascam. They have to try and squeeze in their camp on Tuesday night, which is not normal. You guys, in fact, somebody told me they heard a Bouillon artist, I wouldn't call him, was on an interview on Tuesday and made a comment that, like, to hell with Calypso or something. I wouldn't hear somebody, and the person that said that to me would know. I wouldn't call anybody's name. But the impression they are, what is Bouillon time and blah, blah, blah. So you guys really need to push your own thing. Honestly, you guys,
But, you know, I'm sure Dice will expound on that. You know, Calypso ain't going to go nowhere in terms of, and nobody's going to chase it away.
Right.
Because Calypso is a spiritual thing. Calypso is a mark of who we are, what we are. It's the Calypso in us whilst we fight and we escape slavery. And it's Calypso in us that's going to take us out from what we are in right now. So Bouillon ain't going to do that. Bouillon stuck on one topic, basically singing about one body part. But not that it cannot expand. I love it, you know, I make Bouillon myself. But the people who are fighting Calypso now from the Bouillon end there right now, they don't have enough to get rid of Calypso.
But there's room for Bouillon to stand alone.
Yes, exactly.
So they shouldn't be any fight. They shouldn't be any fight.
Time of the year,
We should be doing shows together.
Exactly. We have a caller maybe for you. Good night.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, my brother?
Aaron here. Thank you very much for a great program. You know, when I'm going to comment on is the articulate clarity of these Calypsonians. And, you know, appreciate your seminal contribution to music, to Calypso and Dominica. The guys is clear. You can hear every single word and followed by the bob. You know what they're talking about. I mean, if you don't like these guys, you feel the sense of patriotism. They're sticking to it. People talk about any other topic if they want, that's fine. But these guys are persistent in their approach to trying to make Dominica a better place, trying to enlighten and awaken the people of Dominica. And the clarity, you know, you can understand every word. The lyrics are clear. They are absorbent. You know, you can feel them in your soul. And you know that there's a pulse that will make you move and listen and pay attention to what he's saying. I want to congratulate you guys. I'm hoping for the best. I'm a Daishi fan myself, but then the judge's decision is final. And thank you for the great work. And meanwhile, I want to say happy birthday to the venerable St. Shillingford.
Well, he's coming on soon, so you'll be able to call and wish him happy birthday.
I might have a chance to call. Thank you, fellas. Have a good show.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
We have another caller.
Thank you. We have
Good evening.
callers.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh, those are my boys. I have to big them up. Good time, bad time, we have good time. And this is great time. But when I listen about that Bouillon, not among that noise I make, for that Bouillon and the Tuesday night, I said, why couldn't the Bouillon take place together in the Lago Jam? One soul and one soul. People have a choice of going on the one and give the damn Mascam a break. But every time they're trying to block Mascam, but time will tell. What does the last one Mascam until we get us in big time? Bye-bye.
Yeah, let's take it because we have to move on and wind up because. Good evening.
Yes, it's me again.
Yes, ma'am.
Calypso not going nowhere.
Right.
We want Calypso right here. They can come with their broth, their bouillon, their two bouillon. That is not my business. Thank you.
Thanks. We have another caller.
Right.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Yeah, this is JD. Yeah.
Hey, well, I know you also expect, but let's move on quickly because did your company sponsor that program? Your two mates are there. You know, I'm sure you want to say something, JD. Well, we miss you in the studio. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I try to listen because I'm busy trying to run a practice and all that.
You know, and I noticed you have Dice and Bob here, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, they release their tunes, their songs tonight.
Okay, nice.
And we are back under pressure from him.
Yes. Well, go ahead, Jerry. Make your point. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just calling to big up the guys. You know,
Okay.
I like what I hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, JD. Thank you.
In competition, there is still a strength to big up each other, and especially when we're on the same or similar path, you know. And we want to see things better.
True.
In the piece, so we're singing about things we need to see better.
Correct.
Yeah,
Things that are back to front. To what they,
All right. Thanks, JD. Thanks, much.
Yeah, we need to correct certain things. And
All right.
we have to think about it.
Yeah, man.
All right, a quick plug
Thank
for
you, Jenny.
Jenny
Thank you,
then.
man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Yeah, so guys, we going to have an important guest in a while. So we want to wish you guys on Saturday night, both of you guys, you know, all of you guys, corner, and you can't miss. You forget to mention the guy that in one press for listening there. I know he's listening to you guys. Yeah, Mr. Pat Aaron, listen to you. Good night, my brother. I'm sure you want to say something to him.
Oh yeah, man. What you don't know is the arrow is me and the boys, but you know, I'm trying to pull it now. And there are plenty arrows. Bob is one there. You know, so the vibes we continue. Come and support the Calypso and let's have some fun, clean carnival fun. And hey, let's not start that stupidness about Boyo and Kaiso. I mean, it's Dominica.
Both can coexist.
It's Dominica people doing their music in their style, their way. You know, let's just love Dominica stuff. That's just the point. Because in Trinidad, when carnival time is training people alone. And you know, you love the thing that much. You can come to Jamaica and come training in carnival time and try and do a show. You know? Because they love their thing. Let's just love all of our things.
I totally agree with you, Bobby. Yeah.
My friends, I'm really appreciative of what you have done throughout this season.
Yes.
You know, you, Thompson, Lander, and just keep. But you know, for Calypso to survive, we have to continue this type of thing.
No, but we must. In fact, next week when you guys want to, whichever way, I'm telling you, join us right here next week. Our Thursday night, be here at 6 o'clock.
That'll be
Okay.
a mashup. We have some bottles in the house.
Yes, man. Next week. Okay, guys. So we're going to take an ad break now, and then we're going to take an ad break now. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
And order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford. All chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breast, and you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love full AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks, it's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh.
When you want the best, what you do? Shop at the sea. Better than the rest. Go shop at the sea. And the young compare. Shop at the sea. You get more for life. Shop at the sea. Shop at the sea. Yeah. Shop at the sea. Shop at the sea. What is this? Shop at the sea. ACS family, customer friendly. With free locations, it's so convenient. And our prices, they are the nicest. Madam, that's where you belong. Go tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at the CA. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at the CA. Auntie, nan, and cousin, friend, open power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, couple, neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side, what? Shop at the CA. Shop at the CA. Shop at the CA. Shop at the CA. Check us out at Pottersville, High Street, and Downtown Rose. Dominicans, insure your property, protect your property. You homeowner,
and businessman. Protect your property, insure your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today. Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Me, you see, I tell you it. They say how I getting old, you think I is Methuselah. I'm sure I ain't getting cold, still hot like a Congo pepper. I still could perform and function, I could handle any action with satisfaction, still guarantee. Who deserve it? They tell him lie on me, you see. I tell you age is just a number, controlled by your state of mind.
Okay, we just been told we will. The service is still going on, so we'll join with them at 7:15. We'll join with St. David Shillingford at 7:15 now because there's a service going on. So we probably can talk a little cricket now while we wait on them at 7:15 because, well, as you know, St. David's son is a Catholic priest as well. You know, people who don't know, Father Conan Shillingford. So there's a mass still going on at where the little function is going on. So we will join with them at 7:15. So for people out there who waiting to hear St. David Shillingford, 90 years old, the ultimate all-rounder, commentator, coach, manager of a radio station, sports coordinator, just name it, St. David Shillingford was that. So we'll join with him at 7:15 and we'll expect people to call and everything. So what we can talk about for the time being, guys, the Champions Trophy, tomorrow there's a big match, Australia against Afghanistan. Because if Afghanistan wins that game tomorrow, Australia will be knocked out, for sure. Because South Africa has 3 points as well, and obviously Australia's net run rate would go down, although South Africa still have to play England. But tomorrow, you just cannot write off these Afghanistan guys. I mean,
5 a.m. 5 a.m.
5 a.m. tomorrow, it's Afghanistan against Australia. So we look forward to that, this thing. And you know, guys, I don't know if you watch Virat Kohli, you want to that century. Did you see it, Ronald?
Yeah.
The master at his work, man. The master at his craft. 5100s. I mean, my goodness, eh? Yeah, the guy is just something. And in run chases, He has over 20 of them in run chases, over 20 centuries in chasing scores.
Well, it has been raining a lot in Pakistan.
Yes.
And that is very unfortunate. So we're not too sure what happened to the game tomorrow.
True.
But in Group A, New Zealand, India has already qualified for the semi-finals. And unfortunately, the host Pakistan has been eliminated. In Group B, as you just said, Sibo, Freedom still in contention for the semi-finals. And the game tomorrow is going to be very important. So let's see how it goes.
But you know, it's unfortunate that in terms of the India-Pakistan thing, because here you have a situation where India has the advantage. They know they are not moving from that venue. Whatever happens, they're not going to Pakistan at all. So all their matches, they will get to the final. That final will be played in Dubai and not in Pakistan. And Pakistan are the host. So it really something. They say might is right, as we see what's happening in America. No. Because India, that's the country where all the money comes from in terms of television rights. And they dictate, and obviously the conditions in Dubai suit them because they have an attack with 3 or 4 spinners. Whereas a team like Pakistan, for even England, going with one specialist spinner and have people like Joe Root and Livingstone to bowl some spin. So India really has a huge advantage in that.
Interestingly, West Indies and my team Sri Lanka did not qualify, and you have people like Afghanistan, and Bangladesh being qualified to play in that particular tournament. But the other area of sports, cricket is happening in our region, is in St. Kitts, where you've got the women, the West Indies women competition taking place. And recently, you had the T20 World Cup in St. Kitts. You had the West Indies women against the Pakistanis women or Bangladesh women in St. Kitts. And St. Kitts seems to be organizing itself to host a lot of cricket. Sports tourism seems to be very big in St. Kitts. What's happening in Dominica?
Well, that's a very interesting question. And we don't know. You hear, there was a press conference recently where we were told that they're putting things in place for the lights, even the stadium that is to be named after Fiolafo. We were told last August that we would get that in August this year. No sign. Nobody knows where it's going to build, when it's going to start. It's just an old mess in this place, honestly. It's a mess.
Let's see how it goes, because the PM gave a commitment by year-end. They'll lighten at the Windsor Park. And also by year-end, there'll be the Fiolafo track facility. Interestingly, he commended Brendan Williams for his critical support. So let's see what happens by year-end.
By year-end. Then we'll be working on Mars by year-end.
Well, let's be real. We are in match starts on Saturday. Yeah. There is no way you could get a track build to be ready for.
What about the lighting?
Well,
we missed so many opportunities because of the lack of lighting in the stadium.
And they're still not taking heed. They're still not
economic activity.
Yes. Let's take this caller. Good evening.
Yes, gentlemen. Good evening.
Hi. What's up, man?
I'm doing good. Ronald and the rest of you, we know you cannot believe anything that Prime Minister says. You just cannot hang our hats on anything he say whatsoever. And interestingly, Ronald, I was looking at the match yesterday. St. Kitts, Trinidad. St. Kitts is Trinidad.
St.
And I hear the commentator.
What are you talking about? The women?
Yeah, the women.
Nobody says St. Kitts. It can't be St. Kitts. St. Kitts is the Leewards of a team. It can't be St. Kitts.
Sorry. Leewards against Trinidad. Sorry. Leewards against Trinidad. And here it is, they're showing an American airline plane landing in Bradshaw's Airport. And I hear the commentator saying they have 4 cruise ships on a yacht at Port Zante.
Port Zante?
You know? And then I say, oh my, 4 cruise ships. And he said that was the second American airline flight for the day, And I say, well, what is it? What's happening to us? When I went to St. Kitts, gentlemen, I had to go down a lot.
What year was that? What year? What year was that when you started in St. Kitts?
Because I can't remember what year I started working there.
Well, that's in the
But anyway, I
80s,
have to go down
anyway.
a wooden step to go to immigration and those places like that, and those St. Peter just left us behind.
Very
I
well.
just cannot understand.
Yeah, it's a
And
shame
see
or
what
something.
this guy, the Afghan guy, 23 years old, you know.
You mean Ibrahim?
Yes,
Yeah.
23, you know. Yesterday when he was batting with Nabi, the commentators were saying there's a 17-year gap between it because Nabi is 40
Yes.
and he's 23, and I watch the guy, man, and yeah, he's something else. He has a long way ahead of him.
Yeah, it's a serious indictment on Dominica because Sibo must have been going to St. Kitts for a while. I started going to St. Kitts in the 80s.
Well, I've gone to that's why I made my high score
and
in St. Kitts.
in St. Kitts.
Yeah.
Thompson Funk and myself have gone to St. Kitts when I finished our first degree doing work at the Central Bank. And St. Kitts, Port Zante was not there. The airport was underutilized. It was a problem to get to St. Kitts. And look at how St. Kitts is so well organized today because of the matches of St. Kitts. St. Kitts is so fired of Dominica and reveling in sports tourism. So many activities. You can imagine what will be happening in Dominica if we had the West Indies women competition and St. Kitts people don't even go to the game.
Well, yeah,
People do not go to the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And Dominica, we support sports in Dominica.
So
Let's take this caller. Good evening. No, we're not hearing you. We're not hearing. Speak a little louder, please.
I think West Indies Masters, they probably playing too.
Well, you
West
say that,
Indies Masters.
but I noticed Lara left the competition. He had his big fete every carnival Sunday, pretty nice carnival. So, okay, thanks. Yeah, I was watching today. Lara left the team. Okay, Lara, every carnival Sunday, he has this big fete at his house.
Yeah.
It's right around the savannah, the south, and you can write it right on the hill there, where sometimes he has 3-4 bands playing. It's a big event for him. So Lara's gone back. He has left the competition to go down to carnival, but he doesn't miss that at all, Brian. In fact, I saw Simmons himself, who made a big score of 94 the other day, has gone back to Trinidad as well for the carnival.
Can you blame them?
No. I mean, that is their thing. And Lara makes good money from that. He gets a lot of different sponsored. So this carnival fete usually starts in the afternoon.
And it's taking place where?
Right on his home. His
home.
His house is right. You can't miss it. You're on the savannah. You see it right on the hill up there. It's around the savannah. Yeah, that's where they have it. You drive up the hill. Yeah, Lady Chancellor thing. Yeah, that's where it is. Every carnival Sunday. That's been going on.
No, the Masters competition. That's where it's taking place. Where?
In India. It's in India. It's in India. Yeah. It's in India. Chris Gale, all these guys playing. I saw Ashley Nurse. What's his name? Jerome Taylor. These guys are playing. Yeah, it's in India. So Brian, but we've really been let down. We've been let down, and the lights. And you keep hearing story. In fact, what you heard is that the contract that was issued for $2.something million. In the interview, we heard that is going to be destroyed now. Just like when they came in, workers had spent money to put it destroyed. So the $2.something million that's going down the drain.
It has to be destroyed.
Yes, that's what was said in the interview.
It's lights to run in. You have to dig up the whole
apparently, maybe a mess was done. Nobody knows what happened.
Wow.
So it's going to be destroyed when the new contractor takes. We have a next caller. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Mr. Pumpkin and people, I want to commend you all for your early prediction. Right now you're saying that Liverpool is running away with
They've all been 13 points clear now.
Yeah, well. Arsenal always have a boogie team. West Ham always beating them. Last year was the same shit. It's either West Ham or Aston Villa. But the way it's going, I watch Liverpool remaining fixtures. I don't think Arsenal.
Well, caller, we
13 points ahead.
Caller, we really appreciate that because I think you're the one that called to chastise us and say, why are you guys predicting Liverpool? So it's good that you can call back and say, you had it right.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
Thank you. But you think about it now. When you are 13 points behind, that means the other team will have to lose 4 games, and then you will have to 4 games. So and the way Arsenal they do that all the last 3 years they have done that. They start well right in front and towards the end, and this year is no exception. They're struggling now. They drew yesterday. They lost on the weekend, and it's going to be difficult for them to get past Liverpool.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, Sibo.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yes, and Thompson and the other band.
Yes.
You know, people I meet Ozzy, you know, I get contact with him, so that's okay. But Sibo, yes, Sibo, I just want to go back on what the gentleman talked about, the cruise ships and the sports in St. Kitts. One of the things I think I challenge Una, I think I challenged Bosso. I know he's a member of Mass Camp, and I was asking him why do they go organize something like around by the bayfront, like where the old the building is not a old building, the Galloway Hotel is. I know it have a little difficulties with whatever. But they could utilize it like the bar area to the road. I mean, during the day. Because you might never know. Somebody, some promoter on the cruise ship might just want to get that kind of talent. Just as how those guys decorate themselves on the stage, you know, with the different outfits. And I mean, a man like Thompson and Bosso and this guy from Mao, the pub, and I think they should organize that and just organize it from the first floor towards the bar. You know, little by little, the hotel will improve because you cannot have a valuable piece of asset like that and have it on the ground there. And I would not advise the owner to sell it, in spite of what does. Just look at how Ruin set up his place, and Ruin never no big place. They didn't cover nothing. I just a suggestion to keep. You cannot have a thing one season at the year. You have to have it all year round. You don't need a whole set of Calypsonians. Sometimes 3 of them for the day there, you know, because they have their work to do. But just a suggestion, I mean, you have Thompson there, you have Bosso and Parbed and Michael Astafan. Then people could approach the owner and start. I mean, just little things you have to do to it.
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I think we have another caller. Yeah. Good evening.
Yes, Ronald, Sibo, me again. Ronald, it was 1994. 1994 when I went to St. Kitts. And Sibo, that Lara Fest in 1998, a guy took us to Lara's home. And all the tents and the bars and the carnival thing was still there because Lara had to leave soon after the fest. In 1998, and it was 1,500 TT to go to the fest. As you know, a special invitee.
Yeah.
It was $1,500. That was 1998.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time. I mean.
But the critical thing is how St. Kitts have moved so far ahead of us. That's very, very critical. We know where St. Kitts was, and because of the management of the economy, the building of Port Zante, the improvement of the airport, the tourism, St. Kitts is now going into agriculture. You know, and St. Kitts is moving forward very briskly.
Wow.
You look around in Roseau, you see how many yachts are parked all over the sea in Roseau, in Newtown, and so on, in Portsmouth. And we don't have a marina either in Roseau, Newtown,
they say
or
they
Portsmouth.
say they building one.
You know,
they say
it's just poor economic management all over the place.
Yeah, let's take the next caller. Good evening. Bonsoir.
Hello, CEO and gentlemen on the...
Hey, Bosso, how are you, man? Nice to hear you.
Yeah, not bad. I was coming in there and I just talked and Kevin said, right, somebody calling in reference to organizing something. I think it's a good idea, and I think we need to look at those things. But one of the troubles, Dominic, we are now in what they call a Vicky-Vi syndrome, where people do their very best to destroy culture, to destroy sports, to destroy things. I remember I serve in government, so I know what I'm talking about. And you can ask, you see Nicholas George, he's an excellent person who was in the police force and seems to be organized transport, know where to move, where to park, what route to use early enough. And then people I met a former chief cultural officer, I won't call his name because I don't think we should do that. And he was saying in the past what we do, and we should call the various groups together, we discuss the season, what they want to do in the season, and then you have to send your list of activities you want to have. We meet again and review, and then you have a national agenda set. Now you see, people will put things. I'll give you a quick example. I don't want to be too long.
Yeah, go ahead. By the way, your boys were here tonight. Did you hear them, Bob and Dice? They were on tonight.
I missed them.
They were there for a while. Yeah.
I called Bob when he was sure.
Yeah.
But the mass camp is on a Friday and the Stardom tent is on a Wednesday, and both tents are important. Kind of still at forming Dominica. Now I was reading, we had 4 solutions here to perform last Tuesday, and the 2 others are the managers and organizers. And we were talking to them last night, and they were saying they have 5 tents in St. Lucia. 5 tents, and all tents get government subsidies, all tents. But they receive government subsidies. In Dominica, the Mascam is almost like an enemy to the government and the functionaries in the state. And I will tell you, we used to have our show on a Friday night, and every time before a national calypso competition like this, the semis, the quarters, and so on, and the national, the finals, we don't have a show the Friday because what happens? You allow the guys to rest and organize themselves and material for the show because they're going to perform not for themselves, but for the joy of the patrons and so on. I mean, yes, they will get something out of it, but the fact of the matter is God gives you a talent to do, and using the talent for the good of your citizens, your people, your fellow men. And what happened to us, we moved that show on a Thursday before the Calypso final. All of a sudden, the Queen show moved to a Thursday. And then they have a whatever they call it, whatever they call it, a Friday. I don't know where they get this count.
A sunrise, they say they have tomorrow night. A sunrise.
Right.
Or whatever rise,
sunrise.
I don't know.
What rise is for and so forth. To me, everything has its season. I saw on the road one day, coming the road very blocked with a Labukabu festival. And you see people that say, you organize a Labukabu festival, organize nicely, people register, they have a t-shirt saying something about Dominica and so on. So you also tourists will be looking at. But you have people all kind of call, all kind of just joining a band and making a Labukabu with wood, they're blocking traffic. Things have to be organized. And I think I heard Landa spoke about St. Kitts and how they have organized and integrate tourism, culture, sports together, because all of these bring income to the country and to people, and therefore it has to be organized that everybody, I mean, forget who people support and what they support. They are citizens, and you're organizing for citizens to have a good time, a good life, to have income, to be independent. But in Dominica, we're trapping a kind of a hole as if, well, it's a mischief-making kind of system we have now. As it penalizes you. Even if you support the system now and you disagree with something, you'll be penalized, you'll be victimized. And I think these things are not right, and I think sports has to be way on top. Culture has to be way on top. Tourism has to be integrated with all of these things so they can come and see our talent. I have been in places where people go to the cemetery to see who was great, who died that was a great person in your society, something in your society. It don't make it we just live like as if you just live and you get to die.
But so before you go, I have a thought. You guys have been struggling, and Calypso seems to be on the threat. Why don't you and your executive in Mascam, together with the executive, the other 10, go and meet with the authorities, go to a joint set group, and sit down with the authorities and see how you all could solve that problem, the Calypso, where it has been marginalized, and see if for next year that the authority will say, well, okay, let us not put clashing events with the Calypso. What do you think of that?
I think it's a good suggestion, Sibu, and I think what I have suggested to our Mascams, after the season is over and the Lenten season is gone, then we should organize to get together with the other 10 and the Calypso Association and discuss Calypso generally and the approach we should take, include the authorities and the cultural division and whoever else is that's organized to discuss Calypso, because Calypso is a very important part of our culture. For example, I was saying to somebody who is just, and all the other things, it's mainly a beat. But Calypso, you have to sit down and it's like a story you're telling. And therefore, you have to give us a message where people can listen, you can identify the wrongs of the society and discuss it in songs. I remember somebody told me, Charles, about today singing, and so on DBS, which I said, no, let them sing their song. When they come to tell you, they put in a song. T. James started with a song, and Spider sang it. They actually see corruption.
Yeah. Anyway, Marshall, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for the support.
Thank you, no problem.
You had guys involved.
No problem. But as it was Chuck Dust, in the 70s, he always sang against Eric Williams. Remember the PNM, and then one day told Eric Williams, and he said his response was, "Let the jackass sing." That's what that was his response. And Chuck Dust was hard hitting, as Chuck Dust is a university guy, and he always had some really hitting the PNM government. And Eric Williams said, no, I'm not going to ban this song. That's Let the Jackass sing. That was his response.
Before we go to meet Havis, I just want to make two quick points on Calypso and sports. In Calypso, I want to commend people like Pat Aaron, the other writers, the arrangers of music, the musicians, and more importantly, the Calypsonians for the quality of production of this year. The quality has been very high. The females have been excellent. But there are two major challenges for the Calypso Association and the tents. Competing program events. The Dominica Festival Commission has program events to compete with Calypso activity. And Calypso is Carnival. For example, our Calypso final is going to compete with an entity in
the airport.
In the airport. And no, that's a land port. That's no longer airport. That's a land port. And they call it Viva la Carnaval. How you can Viva la Carnaval without Calypso? Appealing to young people. You're taking away young people from Calypso. Another very important area is the location for the Calypso finals. The location is a poor location. And we have to find a way, like we're doing for the World Creole Music Festival, to have a very good location for Carnival. Very, very important. If we don't do that, people will not go to those shows. Because when you go in there, you're cramped. If a little rain is falling, you're in a lot of trouble. A lot of umbrellas all over the place. So this is a very two critical areas that the Dominica Calypso Association and the two tents need to look at: the competing events and the location for the competitions.
Yes, we have a caller. Good evening.
Hello, Sivo.
Yes, my dear.
Another thing I find, and I hope the Calypso Association is listening. That four-court thing there, that is a joke, Sivo, for the final. For next year, the Calypso Association has to go and speak to government or who they have to speak to, Sivo, to get the stadium. The stadium is for Dominicans, you know.
Yeah, correct.
I find the executive too many men, they are too soft. Probably if it was women that wasn't there, they would get that stadium already. I mean, every year is the same thing. And I think that people not going because, Sivo, you cannot stand up there, rain falling, the place cramp up. So you won't leave your home and go there. You understand?
Yeah, you're right. You're correct.
So next year early, I'm sending that out. Calypso Association need to go to who in charge and demand, not even ask, you know, demand for the stadium, because the stadium is a people's stadium. It's for all of us. Some people can't be using it and some not. And they're not giving us the reason. They must tell us why they cannot use this stadium. If you play in cricket, they are the same time. We can understand that. But every year is the same thing, Sibo.
Yeah.
No, man. Come on, man.
You're right.
All right.
Correct. We have another caller. Good evening.
And the problem is they have to pay so much money.
You mean to use it for how much do they pay, Blue?
$40,000.
For the season or for one night?
I don't know. They're paying a lot of money for that forecast. Why should they pay for that forecast? Why?
Wow.
It should be given to the Calypso Association. What the Calypso Association have to do? All the other event committees, if they pay in, like the Queen Show, all the shows that are taking place there, ask them if they pay not, how much they're paying for there. Because every year is the same thing. Like they say, they will worse people unless you have one gone in they're ready. The what you call that, for the judges. Thompson can tell you the judges are there. The judges in the center. And they put some pens at the back of the judges for people. What the hell can happen? And then they're changing for the semi-final. But for the quarter-final, that's how we do it.
Wow.
And that's stupid. We have to pay so much money to go inside there. We have to stand up. We have to spot inside there. It's nonsense. And then inside the country, white. Because me and maybe had a idea, whoever will get the damn thing rolling. And it's really that. Even taking place around Trinidad. But this has to do with Calypso. Price Scott tried to go to Trinidad to keep our show. And the people said, that man. And Carnival and that Calypso. Yeah, come in there, bro. When it's Jamaican fish splash, reggae, strong splash, Trinidadians can't come there. So hold your brakes. He had to go somewhere else. We don't put too much emphasis. In Trinidad, there's a council by the name of Watchman. That's a month of those Watchman gave the government. People come to tell the opposition. But Dominica, before a man sings, they want to put him under pressure. And even as he's supporting it, putting him under more pressure again. But wait a while, time will tell. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, you know, somebody who is close to a member of the executive is saying, they pay $50,000 for the Calypso shows, the free shows. 50,000, and that is somebody who is close to.
Whom does that go to? The government?
Yeah, that's what somebody's saying. Somebody said they're paying 50,000, and that is somebody sending a text who I know is close to an executive member.
I don't understand. The government is making money, yet they have other shows competing against. They're making money.
Exactly, you're right. Yeah, they're benefiting, but probably Calypso also not benefiting because when they pay these monies, the profit margin,
is very
50,000, and then as you say, they have competing events. You have this big thing, and not only that, at a governing thing they have in the thing on Saturday night.
But the fact is they're piggybacking on the popularity of Carnival to introduce all this non-Carnival stuff.
Right.
That makes no sense.
Yes, and these people are private people that making this money.
We have other periods in the year that is nothing is going on in Dominica. Bring it on during those times.
And these are private people. That's what I'm saying. That making this money. I mean, the people at the airport. So that's what the
Sibo, we have another
caller. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Good evening to all on the panel. That Mr. Skerritt, that's typical. He knows exactly where to put the money, and he's complaining about not having money to do certain things, but then he's bragging that every village feast that the government is paying bouillon at it. You remember he said that?
Yeah, that's true. He said that the government is paying for all the carnival openings of carnival. That is a fact.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the record.
So two things. How does that affect his vote? Because that he knows how to buy people. It's a way of buying people. It's a way of campaigning. And the other thing is, I've forgotten my trend. There's something else that I wanted to say, but I've forgotten it. I will think about it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we're still waiting on St. David Shillingford. The service should be over. I hope they're supposed to be joining us now at 7:15 as we were with them. Mr. St. David Shillingford to have a conversation with him on his 90th birthday. He's played a good innings so far. Still think he has a lot more innings to play. So as we wait on him, still having our discussion.
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of people talking about bouillon competitive calypso. I was a pioneer of the World Creole Music Festival, and we were trying to stop a cultural industry in Dominica around Calypso and original bouillon. And that bouillon was by WCK and First Serenade. We are guys who were very musical and telling a story. Today, the bouillon has deteriorated into one bit and no story. Loose lyrics. What they call nasty business. And our young people has been programmed and socialized to enjoy that type of music. And it's grossly unfortunate. We've got to find a way of getting a repertoire in our musical expression. We need to get a way of getting back our Calypso original bouillon. Yes, guy can play nasty music, but get them to play Calypso and the original bouillon. Get a repertoire going so you can appeal to different people.
Okay, guys.
All right,
we have a call again?
Yeah, let's take a call.
Yes, Mr. Skerritt knows where to put the money. He will not give the civil servant a raise or bonus, but he will push the carnival thing, So how is he expecting that money to affect the people associated with carnival? Is he expecting it to affect the lyrics of the Calypsonians? Because he doesn't like those lyrics that are not for him. And how is he expecting it to affect the judges? These are just two examples that I'm coming up with. There may be others. Is he trying to affect the judges? Is he trying to affect the lyrics? And what else is expecting that kind of money to the carnival? These are some ways I'm thinking. Very smart in that department.
Okay. Thank you, caller. I think now we're going to be joined by Mr. St. David Shillingford, who is on the line with us now. Good night, St. H, are you hearing us? St. H, Conan, are you all hearing us? If your mic is muted? Hello? St. Davis? Hello? St. H? Are you hearing us? Can you hear us? Wait, God, I think we're hearing you, Percentage.
We're certainly hearing them.
We're hearing the background. We're hearing in some background.
But can't hear.
Good evening. We're seeing you all. But we're not hearing you all.
I don't know who. Call.
Okay, so we can hear you.
Sometimes we can hear you. Can you hear us?
You didn't set up your audio?
Can you hear us?
No, I've never used it. I don't use this.
No, not you.
Can you hear us?
We hear him when he speaks.
Yeah, we hear him when he's here.
But whoever it is that's prepared.
Yeah, probably they haven't got it properly set up. I wonder.
Yeah.
But Sentage is a very remarkable guy.
Yeah.
This guy's been along for quite a while, involved, and you work with him.
Yeah.
Division.
Yeah.
You know.
I wonder what's happening.
Yeah.
Why are they not here?
Also involved in coaching of netball,
Different sports.
and football
Might be
national
low.
teams.
No, low man after all. You can only go through the power of the laptop.
But we can hear him when he speaks. So when David
Are you hearing us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can hear him when he speaks. When David speaks, we are hearing him. But can you hear us?
Somebody's trying.
But they have you in a waiting room, you know.
They are not.
Hello?
The thing is, we are hearing them. So
Right.
that means they're connected, but for some reason, they're not hearing us.
Can you all hear us?
We're
We're not hearing him at all, man. We can see him, we can hear him, but he's not connecting.
The problem is on the end.
On the
because you know, we are on the stream here, then I don't know. What do we do?
Because when they speak, we're hearing. St. Davis, are you hearing us?
I'm hearing you now.
You hearing us now?
Okay. Yes, yes. Get a little louder. Can you
Well,
hear
we
me?
are hearing you clearly. No.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. So I'm here. We are hearing you.
Yes.
Go ahead, speak. So you hearing us now, right?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Quite
Right. So,
distinctly.
right. Ronald Landa is there. Ronald and Dr. Fontaine, they're here as well.
Yeah, him
Okay.
is
Blessings to all of you. Blessings
All right.
to all of you.
So, right. So, send that first thing we want to do is to wish you a happy birthday. You were 90 years yesterday, going strong. You have played a good inning so far. Still many innings to go.
Thank you very much. I am be happy if you are the one devising all that. So, you know.
Well, in
other words, if you would be a selector to select me for the longer innings.
Okay. What we can say to you, Sentage, you are blessed because it's a blessing to get to 90 years and you have all your faculties. I visited you at your home on Tuesday. You speak clearly, you're very lucid. You're looking very good, Nick. And it's a blessing to be 90 years, I must say. It's a blessing, honestly.
And it's a blessing for me to be in the company of your listeners
Right.
of Sport Rap. Wishing all the listeners of Sport Rap a wonderful carnival and whatever else.
And we hope they can call tonight to wish you happy birthday. The numbers, Dr. Fontaine, give them the numbers so they can call the listeners.
449-3095, 449-3096, and 3097. On the overseas line, 305-432-9624.
Right. Now, Sentage, you coach Dominica in netball, in football. You were commentator in all sports, from what I know. You also were the manager of DBS at one time. You were in charge of sports development at the government at one time.
I established and began the sports division.
Well, tell us about, look, the lines are going. Hold on, Sentage. The lines are going already. People want to wish you, hold on. Good evening.
Good evening. I just want to wish this gentleman a happy birthday. And I mean, he's been around forever. What is his age now?
90 years. He was 90 yesterday.
Wow. And, you know, Davis might not remember me, but I was a little boy on Windsor Park. You know, the name is Clem James. I'm the last brother of Tommy, who may have been one of closer to him, or he may have known him. Tommy was an old sailor on the Federal Maple Palm and those boats. I was trying to jerk his memory to see if he remembers this last brother. You have any memory of that?
So did you hear the caller, what he said?
I'm trying to pick up, what did he say? Something of an old sailor.
Go ahead again so he can hear you. Hold on, Senator. Go ahead.
I didn't quite get the drift of
Make the point again.
Anyway, I give him something else. We had that little shop on the Windsor Park. My mother was Mabel James. We had that little grocery shop with a little drugstore right on the Windsor Park. I was always on the Windsor Park. It was my back door.
Did you hear him say that?
Is that Tommy?
Right. No, that's not Tommy. He says Tommy is his brother.
Brother, okay, Tommy is his brother. Well,
Tommy's
yes, I can recall that too well. Your late mother and father were wonderful people. And when I first coached the Dominica football team, we held our first meeting of the squad at the Labour Party office, which was located in your mother and father's premises on the perimeter of Windsor Park.
That's
remember
correct.
that?
And of course, you coached both my sisters who were netballers, Christabel and Marian.
Oh yes, yes, indeed. They were not in the club that I coached, but they were excellent players with the, I think it was Invincibles they were.
Okay, thank you. Well, Mr. Shillingford, happy birthday and wishing you many more.
Thank you very much. I wish I have many more good ones.
Right. Thank you. So there's more callers. Good evening from Mr. Shillingford.
Hey, good evening.
Speak loudly so you can hear. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, how are you doing?
All right, I'm good.
I remember the first time in school when I saw and watched it back and Scott 58 and was out.
No, it's not about me tonight. We're talking about Mr. Shillingford. So, not about me tonight.
Okay.
No, Mr. We have a guest there. If you want to say something to him, go ahead. You said yesterday was his 90th birthday. He's with us now live.
Okay, well, I wish him a happy 90th birthday and all the best to Scott Frank. The Scott Frank have been some very good information and media to the people of Salisbury. And I saw you pick my voice and I'm a blessing.
Okay, the Go Paul Band. Thank you.
Yes,
More callers. Hold on, Ronald. More callers. Good evening.
Good evening, Sibo.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Teacher Lufa Martin.
Send that you hear him? Lufa Martins. Yes. Go ahead, Lufa.
Who is speaking? You have bypassed the score by 30. I hope you reach the century and you have contributed well. I know you since the day when Dominica beat Barbados at the grammar school. So you see how young I know you? Many years. Have a happy birthday.
Thank you very much. And that was Teacher Luther?
Yeah, that was him. Correct. Teacher Luther. We have another caller. Hold on. Good evening.
Yes, Sibo. Good evening, Centage.
Good evening, good evening.
Centage, good evening. This is Edincourt Central wishing you a happy 90th birthday. And I hope you reach the 100 plus. I remember you used to have an article on the Dominica Chronicle. And when I work at the Central Bronx, I always used to go and look for the Dominica Chronicle to read your article. And there was a guy from Montserrat there with me. And he told me he always reads your article on sports and how an excellent writer you were. I remember an article when you pen Hold It, Mr. Holding, when Holding was criticizing Cameron Coffey and those others for not having taken up 5 wickets all in cricket. And I can remember reading this article. So happy 90th birthday, and I wishing you many, many more to come.
Thank you very much. Can you recall we played cricket against each other?
Well, it's gone.
Oh,
it's gone. We have another caller center. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Okay, St. Heavens. That's
Babs Dyer is on the line if you said yes. Babs, yeah.
Henry Dyer.
I want to wish you and my family wish you all the best on your 90th birthday. I remember the days when we played. As a matter of fact, I'm sure Ali McIntyre is probably listening. I tried to get him. You know that Mali McIntyre, you and myself formed the Blackburn Sports Club, right?
Yes.
In Mali McIntyre's house.
Home, yes.
It was the Fifth Street. And,
Yes.
and then the secretary of that sports club, the Blackburn Sports Club, was in your room in Corpus Christi.
Yes. Yes.
That's where we held our meetings and all our, papers
Babs,
and whatnot.
Babs,
And I want to tell you, you remember that you were part of the team that won the Gregor First Division under my captaincy. You were part of the team that won the First Division League, Blackburn Sports Club.
Yes. What I want you to
I also want to make you remember that you were part of the coaching of the Blackburn Sports Club when 7 members of the team made the island team going to St. Lucia.
Yes.
It was with Carlton Felix as captain.
Henry.
And then,
Babs, hold on. You want to say something too? Babs, hold on.
Babs,
Go ahead. Hold on, Babs.
I want you to...
Hold on, Babs. He wants to say something to you. Hold on.
I want you to delve into all your memories about what happened and to tell Dominicans how they can bring back the club spirit. We're not hearing of any sports clubs again. We need to bring back the club spirit.
Babs, are you listening? You hearing him?
I'm hearing, yes, I'm hearing.
Okay, go ahead, Sentage.
I said I would want him to help us to revive the club spirit. Nowadays, we're not hearing of any sports clubs.
Well, Bob, what he said, you wish somebody like you to assist in redeveloping sports clubs in the island because he's saying that you're not hearing anything about sports clubs. That's what he's saying to you.
Well, I know, I don't know, the line is but I don't want to hold up the line because I'm sure there are lots of other people.
Oh, yeah, all the lights are going, yeah.
But again, I know you have a long inning again to go. I remember that long partnership when you and we played Somerset, St. Joseph, the Blackburn. Although Laurent was playing for Blackburn, but he played for Somerset and we beat them. And I remember that partnership between you and myself. They said I scored 100 and you scored 60. I can't remember that.
Yes, we had some wonderful performances.
I think I want to say that you're one of those that brought sports to a level. And it is a pity that, when our age, we see the way sports is going, something seems to be wrong.
Oh, yes.
But we can only hope and pray that sports will survive. It will survive.
Yes.
You're in netball, you're in football, you're doing everything. All the best.
Thanks, Babs.
We have someone else there. Roy, go ahead, please.
Santesh, hold on. Yeah.
Hello.
Tim, Shibu, Landa, and Dr. Fonkin. St. H, I would like to wish you happy birthday. And I'm glad I get the opportunity to at least say something or talk to you because I tried on many occasions. I don't know if you're aware, I no longer live in America. I live in the States, so it's been very difficult for me to get connected to Dominico. And I've made several efforts to get in touch with somebody to put me on or get a number for me to call you. When I heard that you had retired and you were at home and you were not moving about the streets as usual. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for all the assistance you have given me, not only in sports, but I don't know if you can remember, you were the Minister of Trade when I was the minister. When I was.
You mean the PS? He was never minister. You mean the PS? Bogoroi.
I never forget, that you're the one who wrote my last contract. Unfortunately, we lost elections and Eugene did away with it. But you're the one who wrote the last contract. I don't know if you can remember that. And however, sports, I've always said to myself that Heavy Shillingford is one of the greatest sports coaches, not only in Dominica, but in the Caribbean. Let's say preferably the Windward Islands, because I've been on the Windward Islands team and I've played some football around. And even when I left Dominica and I went to the United States and I was playing for a Caribbean team, which had a qualified coach. And I've always said, had Heavy Shillingford been, let's say we were a member of FIFA, that Heavy Shillingford would have been taken note of, because this guy had an understanding on football, not many people. And my achievements, a lot of people said how good I was, how great I was, and all that was because of Havis. He was very, 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 very honest with us. He put his mind, his soul, everything. And I was fortunate to have been on the West Indies. Sorry. I've been fortunate to be on the Dominica team for about 12 years. And out of that 12 years, I believe I was coached by Avis for about probably 8 or 9 years. And believe me, he really made me who I am in football, and understanding of human beings and understanding what one has to achieve in life to get on. So once again, I'm glad that I had the opportunity to at least hear your voice and an opportunity to say something about you. I always say that one day if I would meet Heavy Shillingford, I'd hug him so tight, maybe I'd probably break a ribs, because this man was like a daddy to me. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Roy, thank you indeed. I heard you live in Jamaica now.
Yeah, that's why he is sentenced. That's why he is. We have another caller for you. Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm going to express my congratulations to Mr. St. Shillingford. This is Charles here.
St. Sir Charles.
Who's I didn't get
Charles,
the voice.
Charles Joseph, Sir Charles. Sir Charles.
Oh, Sir Charles.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I know you're still involved in sports.
Yeah, congratulations to you, sir, on reaching that milestone.
Thank you very much indeed.
I am just going to read something and joggle a memory. And if you can remember that article, Jealous of Sir Charles, written by Sports and Personal by St. H. Shillingford. Mr. Charles Joseph, known to all and sundry as Sir Charles, can boast of record unchallenged among all sports in Dominica in respect of sports unfolding at the last several years. The St. Mary's Academy team rounding up the year by taking 3 of the 4 football titles, only missing out on the under-13. Can you remember that? 1991, 21st of December.
That's so
long. 1993.
Everything. It's difficult to remember each and everything, but it falls into context, really.
Yes. And I'm very much pretty much alive, still in the sports business, still coaching athletics, but I move away from the football, but I'm in athletics and volleyball. Still there with a club called Striders Athletics Club. Yeah.
And
Thank you, Sir Charles. Thank you.
Yes, it's still at the academy, yes.
God bless you to see many, many more to come.
Thank you very much.
We have one of the callers saying, happy birthday to you, St. Avis, and to my netball coach. No one can do it better than him. Unbeatable coach. So some people sending the love there to St. Avis as we go back. Yes.
There's another caller for you. Good evening. We lost that one.
Yes, I'm St. H.
Hold on.
Blessed.
Yes, hello.
Okay. Yes, go ahead, please.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello, good evening. Every good evening. Happy birthday, 90 years. I wish you all the best. My name is Marlene Detush.
I made out the voice. It's a regular caller to sports. Regular caller to
I just want to
295.
wish you all the best on your birthday. God bless you, protect you, guide you, give you more power, more wisdom, more money in your pocket, and strengthen you all through your life. Because Heavy Shillingford was one of the best netball coach. Right, he trained me, Marlene Detush. We had two teams, right, Dazzler and Rocket. I was on the B side, which was Dazzler. It was Francine Harris, Catherine Laron, Medina Detush, Idris Joseph, Ramona Bossi, Catherine Faustin, and I would go ahead. Heavy netball now. In the days gone by in netball, when you used to train us, you used to tell us no hairpin in our hair, no long fingernails, no ring, no eating. And you was a man with respect, and you had patience with us. You never once to say any dirty word to curse us. And I always say, you, right, the island side, you had an extra jacket, and you say, give it to Marlene Detush, right? You call my name for the island side. But then the captain, which was my sister-in-law, said, don't give it to Marlene. Marlene, that's fly on people. And Heavy said, give it to Marlene, right? That's why I never get to wear the jacket. And I always say, in thanks to Heavy Shillingford, they gave it to Vida Byrne. Because out of Marlene Detush and Vida Byrne...
Marlene, wind up here. We have many callers. Please, wind up, please.
Yes. So I just want to wish him all the best, guidance, love, and he trained me. Thank you very much, and God bless you for everything. Take care of yourself, and this is for you once again. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Marlene. I wish your brother was here, Albert Detush. I wish he could have been here, but God wanted him elsewhere.
Yes, Reginald St. David Shillingford, blessed 90th year celebration. That's come from your godson.
Thank you.
Your godson. Yes. And I appreciate the way, yes, you cultured me, growing up as your godson. My mom
How is your mom?
Very good. She'll be 90 later this year. And she wants to extend best greetings to you on your 90th birthday. Yeah. One interesting thing I would want you to do very quickly is to tell us some of the highlights of your involvement in sports over an extended period, be it football, netball, or a sports coordinator in the sports division.
Well, I can tell you something which occurred in St. Vincent. I was coaching the Dominica football team. And it happened that Dominica was playing the first match of the Windward tournament against St. Vincent. And Grenada and St. Lucia, they came in a bit late, but we played St. Vincent on the Saturday afternoon, and we were not happy with how the match went because you had St. Vincent officials, and you know well how it went. We lost 1-0, and as soon as they scored on us, they blew off the match. The following day, the Sunday morning, they had a very big sort of gathering of all the teams, the sports fraternity, referees, etc., at a big hall. And the president of the St. Vincent Football Association, Mr. Taylor, he was the one chairing the assembly, and he gave a long list of exactly how the matches are supposed to be played under the FIFA regulations. So when he was finished, he asked whether anybody had any comments to make or any questions. I waited a while. Nobody of the thousands of people that were there, there's a very big hall, nobody saying anything. I got up and I asked the chairman, did the arrangements you mentioned regarding the tournament, were they in place for yesterday's match, the day before? He hemmed and hawed, he turned red, he didn't want to answer, but eventually he answered, he said, yes. I said, well, I have 10 different items of incidents that occurred during the match, and each and every one was against Dominica. So the Grenada team who came in halfway through the meeting, they said, yes, they saw some of the infringements, some of the incidents, St. Lucia as well, and so on. The following night or 2 nights later, they had a cocktail party for the teams with the public and so on at a gentleman's home called Mr. Ballantyne. And I was there with the Dominica squad and 1 or 2 St. Vincent players, and we were talking and so on. And who should come in after the assembly was there, the gathering was there, half an hour already. Mr. Taylor comes in and he comes straight to our group. He shakes hands with all the other members of the Dominica party and so on, but he makes sure his back is to me. And eventually, when he has finished, he said, as for you, Mr. Shillingford, you are not a gentleman. I told him, if you are a gentleman, I hope nobody ever mistook me for one. And he immediately walked out of the gathering. He went about his business. Now, I had other situations that occurred with regard to netball. We had what I considered the best team at the time in the Caribbean. But then, as you would know, the officials were always from the home team. So if you're playing in St. Vincent, it's St. Vincent who had the umpires. If you're playing in St. Lucia, it's St. Lucia who had the umpires, and so on. And I was a bit outspoken when people would ask me about how I thought the Dominica team did. I told them I thought we did well and could have done much better if the officiation was critically better. And that contributed towards the having neutral officials in due course. So I contributed towards that. But I have to say that the Dominica team, netball team, was made up of excellent players. The Dominica football team I coached was of excellent players as well. And what you might know, I don't know whether you know, Ronald, I was asked to coach the Dominica football team by the players. When they did that, I told them, gentlemen, I am elated that you are honored that you asked me, but it's not you to ask me, it's the association. They said they'll see about that. Then the association asked me, I told them it has to be put in writing so I can reply in writing. They did. When I replied, I had 3 conditions. The first one was that the Football League would be scheduled so that the league matches would end to give me 3 to 4 months to train the Dominica team. That's one. The second one, I said, I shall be the sole coach, because I didn't want anybody coming and tell me what to do. Then the third one, I told them I shall be the sole selector. I thought they would not have accepted that, but they said, yes, they accepted. I said, put it in writing and quote all the things you accept and exactly what you accepted. So when I had the first meeting with the football team, I showed them a copy of the letter from the association. I told them, gentlemen, you see, I shall be the sole coach, and I will drop my mother or my father from the team So it's not you I will not drop. So be guided accordingly.
Okay, Sentence, we have to wind up with you now because they're waiting on you. I'll be joining you in a while in the gala. But one thing I want to say to listeners, that there was this story where you were playing for Blackburn back in the day. The goalkeeper didn't show up. You were put in goal, and you all beat Combermere, one of the strongest teams in Dominica, with Brindley Charles, who's currently in Dominica.
It was not one of the strongest, the strongest team.
Right, the strongest. And Brindley Charles was a youngster, scored 3 goals, and I heard you all beat them 6-3. And with you in goal, right?
Yes, I was in goal.
Okay, right. So, Sentence, they're waiting on you. We're coming in a few minutes. I personally want to thank you for what you have done for me. It was you who spearheaded that committee that raised funds to send me to Algover School in England. And I want to personally thank you. I've done it already publicly. I want to wish you a good, happy birthday. As I say, you look like you can play a lot of innings still. You have played a good inning so far. So I want to say thank you very much. I'll see you in a short while. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Power. All the best. What I want to say before you leave,
right,
that you thanked me a lot better by the quality of your cricket after you came from the Algover School.
Thank you.
You should have played for West Indies. And looking at the current team playing for West Indies, they are not quarter as good as you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, see you in a short while. Thank you so much. Go and enjoy yourself still. You will join in a while. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, guys, I mean, Heavy Shillingford has done a lot for Dominica, Dr. Fountain.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
and deserves the highest. He has been awarded the highest award.
I don't, and so many other people have, and that guy deserves it. Eh? A man who was national football coach, national netball coach, manager of DBS, sports development officer, anything, tennis. Even when he retired, he would be by the convent there doing the coaching.
And coaching teams as well, and clubs.
And
so on,
everything this Heavy Shillingford has done. And no praise is too high. No praise is too high for him.
Tremendous.
No praise is too high. And he has done an outstanding work. By the way, Julius Cobbett just texted me, told me he had the sent a voice note for the function that's going on for him right now. He and Jeff Charles, by the way. You don't remember Jeff? Jeff Charles, who would have worked with Heavy Shillingford back in the day.
Thomas Baptist.
Thomas Baptist, and Star Lestrade and all this. Who said, be your bull? As a comment. Star Lestrade. They say, be your bull. Oh, man. Those are the days, but Heavy Shillingford, no praise is too high for him. This guy, excellent. It's nice that he's been given that for the function is going on now. We'll join him, and he's going on now. I mean, there's a mass. His son, as you know, is a Catholic priest, Father Conan Shillingford. And really, the guy have done things. And let's give him a little song, man, by Sparrow, man. Let's give Avis a little tune by Sparrow before we close up here, man.
All right. As we certainly going to be doing that, it was there earlier. It has disappeared.
Yeah, man. Age is just a number, Sparrow said, man. Slinger Francisco. Yes. Age is just a number. I was saying age is a number. He can still play a lot of innings still, said David Shillingford.
And the quality of players he churned out in netball and football. Exceptional players.
Yeah, man.
Especially netball.
Yeah. And you remember Dominica was at one time in the top 3 in the West Indies, in the Caribbean.
They say, how I get him old. You think I is Methuselah? I'm sure I ain't getting cold. Still hot like a Congo pepper. I still could perform and function. I could handle any action with satisfaction, still guarantee. Who deserve it? They tell him lie on me, you see. I tell you, age is just a number, controlled by your state of mind. Maturity is always better, especially if you're feeling fine. Feeling me, age is just a number. The golden years can be defined. is after 68 is over. You could really enjoy 69. The girls that we have in town respect you when you're a champion. They like when you're big and strong and know how to jam in the section. I may not be too muscular, but I have the vim and vigor.
Yes, so we want to wind up. We want to say to everybody, this is our last program before Carnival. Please, Mitzi, be safe. Let us not have any problems. Carnival, we had an unfortunate... Oh, by the way, I just want to condolences to the family of the young guy who perished today from Collier, apparently, Dr. Fongrain, actually. The guy who was stabbed in Jimmy Club here.
Oh, yeah.
He's from Collier. Yeah, I want to say his mom, Janice, father, Casimir, his aunt, Angelina Williams, and all of them. I just want to express condolence. Actually from Collier. Unfortunate incident today. So please, let us have a nice carnival without incident. Enjoy yourself in peace, and let's not have, because it started badly. What happened today? Young guy is now gone because of too many senseless killings, right? So we want to say, everybody, have a good carnival, and until next week, good night to everybody. On behalf of Dr. Fontaine, Ronald Lander, we had Dice and Bob in the house, Mr. St. Harvey Shillingford. Good night to everybody. See you next week. You'll hear us next week.
My heart is breaking. Oh, I suspected long that something was wrong with me, never only son, who always seemed to be down. He was very erratic, another time dramatic, with so many swings of mood. He would often get into feud